Oh, you got like a song that you want to do? This is the Colby Young Show, folks.
Yep.
Colby Young. You got a song or something?
I ain't got nothing
You
yet.
got no, you got no intro music?
I'll play drums for you.
There you go. I could probably do something on the stomach and probably bat out a little something,
Hey,
something.
we can come up with something later.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 1 of the Colby Young Show. I think you should be saying that because you're.
Yep, my name is Colby Young. I got Mr. McCarthy with me right now. Malachi's on his way, and I got Elijah Hansford as well.
All right.
Uh,
What are, what are we going to talk about today, Colb?
we're just gonna go over a little bit of everything. Basketball,
Okay.
a little bit of hockey, some upcoming NFL, and some MLB.
All right, let's get to it.
So first gonna look at the women's national championship and their entire tournament. I think the biggest thing was Iowa, in my opinion. I mean, everyone knew who Iowa was because of Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
He brought so much attention to the women's tournament.
Of course, breaking Pete Maravich's all-time.
Yeah, the scoring record.
Yep.
Earlier this year, I believe, against Ohio State, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so.
Yep. And against South Carolina, she also broke another record, which was I think most points in a women's NCAA tournament all time, or maybe women's or it may be national.
Didn't know that one.
Yep. Because she put up 18 in the first, and then she kind of slowed down after that. Right now we're going over women's.
Welcome. Happy
Yep.
to have you.
What's up? Who are we talking about? What we got?
Right now we're talking about Iowa and Caitlin Clark.
She's a dog. I'm telling y'all, she's a freak. She was the best player college basketball has ever seen.
That's a big question.
No, she goes to the WNBA. She's the first pick of the draft.
She's even said that.
Can you hear me through your?
I can hear you. Can you hear him?
No. Hey, I can't hear Eli.
Yeah, we ain't got
His mic's off. Eli's, because I can't hear him through my headset.
technical difficulty here, folks.
Now
That's that static.
I hear static.
Okay, that.
Check. Yeah, I got him now. I heard him. Check. All right. So yeah, South Carolina undefeated season. About all you can hope for
Yeah.
for
I mean,
their program. I mean, that's the third national championship, and good for them. Yeah.
what else you got in here?
I don't know. You got LSU going down to Iowa. I watched that game. UConn. Yeah, we can talk about UConn. What do y'all think about UConn?
UConn's always been tough. I mean, years past, what was it, like 2-3 years in a row they went undefeated.
Yeah, they got 11 titles in like this era. So I mean, they're tough to beat. I mean, their coach is great, and he always could bring in recruits. You got Buckner. You got this all solid players. Nobody else that can really beat them, but South Carolina was the front runner the whole way.
Yep.
I think we all could have said, me and you, Colby. I know Eli's not 100% on basketball, but all you heard about was Caitlin Clark, and then you would hear about South Carolina.
Yep, that's it. I mean, you'd hear a little bit about LSU. And
Yeah,
injuries,
yeah. You wouldn't
But-
hear much else
but
anywhere.
no one really put them in the national championship contention.
No.
I don't think.
Because then they had to go through Caitlin Clark, and
Yep.
I mean who they beat? They beat Rice, then they beat Middle Tennessee, and they beat UCLA.
Yep.
They beat a 2 seed. I mean, okay, they win. They beat a 2 seed
I mean,
after being the defending national champions.
they kept it tough with Iowa. I mean,
They did for a long time until like real late in the third quarter. They
Yep.
kind of took it away, and then Iowa dominated the whole fourth quarter.
Yep.
Anything else to add here, folks?
I think that's it.
I think that's it for this.
All right, let's head to the men's tournament. I think we've covered all the way up to the Sweet 16 on this, but
Did we? I didn't. Did we have a show while I was
we had one right before we left.
the one before we left? It was our last one. Okay.
Real quick, I just gotta say, the NCAA has it out for Gonzaga. They should have drug tested that one guy on Purdue. He has tree trunks as big as thighs. And yes, I know I said that backwards. We're gonna roll with it because this is live,
Yep.
and we can't erase anything. Every mistake will be put on the internet for all eternity.
Yep.
Yeah. But
And he's like 7'3". They needed to drug test him. They didn't. That's on the NCAA. I'm just saying it was a conspiracy from the start. That's all I'm saying.
oh, whoa, UConn, like we said about South Carolina, front runners of the tournament and win it. I watched this sitting at a bar on a cruise boat. So drinking water. Sitting at a drinking water. But UConn played awful.
Yes, they do, Roberto. They do.
UConn played awful. Or I mean, not UConn.
Purdue.
Purdue played awful.
Zach Edey, he was struggling.
He-
He
he
got
didn't
worn
struggle-
out.
he
got
didn't
worn out.
Yeah, he didn't struggle. It was everyone else struggled. They couldn't rebound, couldn't play defense. They just did not do anything to that caliber. They did not play very well at all.
I stopped caring after Gonzaga got eliminated because they're the only team that matter.
Surprise. Who we're talking about Sweet 16, so
I was really hoping NC State could
could make it.
get it on Purdue, but I mean, Zach Edey just
Dominated
dominated.
DJ Burns.
Yep.
Yeah. But DJ Burns, I mean, he played well. I seen something I seen some funny meme, I guess. It was like DJ Burns was like the same size in high school. Like playing O line and also playing basketball. But they had him like he had like the big flat tops.
Yep.
And they were making fun of his hair and stuff. It was pretty funny. Clemson surpriser. To me, I didn't really. I kind of watch. I watch most of the ACC, and I never would have said Clemson. I would never said NC State either. But I mean, they won. What is that? 1, 2. They won 9 in a row. They won 5 in the ACC, and then won 4 in the
Yep. After going,
NCAA.
what, like 4 out of 5 losses in the
Yeah.
regular season?
Yeah, they did.
They turned it up when it mattered.
Mm-hmm. Got
Bama.
Bama. I mean, they were solid all year though.
Yep.
I mean, they started after they lost to Kentucky. I mean, that was kind of their downhill spiral after they lost to Kentucky.
Yep.
And then I mean, it's 0-0 out here. I mean, whoever plays good any given night can win. So,
Yep.
I mean, UConn dominated the whole way. I seen something that said they trailed only 28 seconds in all the games combined, and you can see in their first 4 games they've won by 20 plus.
Yeah, they weren't even games. I mean,
And then they beat Alabama by 16, and then beat by 15. So they dominated everywhere. So the guards for UConn is what killed Purdue.
Yep.
Their guard play was outstanding. Their big guy didn't play very well. He did enough.
Yep.
Kept Edey to 40.
Yep.
40 and I think he had almost 20 rebounds. But, yeah. But, I mean, Edey's just,
one player can't win the game. And
yeah, and that's what I guess they stopped the guards. I mean, they got, Purdue had that Smith guy. I don't know what his first name is. Roberts helped me out on that one. Smith, he was all right, but he played good in every tournament besides the national championship.
Yep.
So what you're saying is that this is a conspiracy against Gonzaga.
That it was all Zach Edey.
They were never meant to win in the first place because they're too good.
Yeah, we can. I guess I'll agree with you.
Thank you.
I'll
Thank
agree.
you.
I'll agree to disagree with you. If that's
That's incorrect. I'm sorry. Braden Smith.
Yeah. What you got, Colby? What do you think about UConn?
They're tough. I mean, next year I think they're going to be in the same boat. Especially with what our next graphic is gonna have in store for us, which we'll go ahead and head over to that. But the Calipari news.
I jumped off the Arkansas bandwagon a long time ago.
I was very surprised.
Me, okay, I'll give my spiel first before I let you go into it because you are more of a Calipari guy. I'm surprised he went to school in the SEC. I thought it was gonna be either we're gonna fire you or you're gonna have to get out. And I think this was him saying, I got out before I got fired. What? Yeah, I mean he did his stand. I mean,
He was a great coach. I mean,
yeah, he did his great coach. The next coach is BYU's coach is
Pope.
Mark Pope.
Yep.
He played under Rick Pitino.
Yep.
So I mean he has some Kentucky ties. I mean he's gonna be good enough.
I think given Mark Pope, I think there's a chance that Reed could come back again if he doesn't declare or trade.
He's gone. Reed's gone. Reed's gone. Rob's gone. Reed's gone.
Do you think Reed's declaring?
I think he's going to the draft. Yes. No. No. Oh yeah, Louisville. We gotta figure out. We'll talk about them in the later stages whenever we figure out if we have our transfers. Because we had 10 guys transfer, and I seen one funny thing. You know who Calipari has on his roster? One guy.
I seen that. Yeah,
He has
talked
one
about-
guy.
He's like,
a
I
grad.
interviewed the team, and he was like, "There's no team."
Yeah, he's got one guy. So I mean, he's gonna do what he does best is recruit players. And I've seen some guys already.
Yeah, he'll have a
Take
good,
out-
He'll have a good team when it starts. I mean,
I think I seen some things that Calipari's doing, and he's already getting guys out of his Kentucky and trying to, I guess, bring them into Arkansas.
Yep.
So, Calipari's going to do what he does best: recruit, not coach. So we'll see. I mean, he'll bring in some 5-star talent for sure, but it depends on who's going to coach around him.
yeah. As far as Mark Pope goes, I mean, I'm super surprised. I understand we offered $100 million to UConn's head coach Dan Hurley.
$100 million?
$100 million over 8 years. Yeah, he declined.
Holy
Before that was
Drew.
Drew Scott.
Yeah, Drew Scott from
Drew
Baylor.
Scott, he also declined.
How much y'all offer him?
I don't know exactly if they ever disclosed. I never saw a full offer. I just saw a post saying that he's thought about it and his wife and all that. Also Nate Oates. I don't know if we ever fully gave him an offer, but he also made a post saying that he's sticking with Alabama. And I think, in my opinion, before we went after Mark Pope, I think we should have looked at maybe.
Kenny Payne.
I was thinking Bruce Pearl. I really think that he could have done something with Kentucky, but Kentucky's AD's got a different idea, I guess.
Anything else to add? I don't have anything.
I don't have.
I don't watch
You
basketball.
wanna talk
Sorry,
anything
folks.
about Louisville? As we're
He came in pretty hype. He's a winner. That's what Louisville needs. We should have never got rid of Chris Mack. He didn't do nothing. Free the man. I'm a true believer that Kenny Payne should never coach again.
Be a
But
assistant coach.
this guy here is good. He can win. So it just depends on if he can bring anybody with him that's worth a count.
Yep.
And if he can coach in a Power 5. So we'll see. We'll talk about it later. I know he can win. So he statistically can win. So we'll be all right.
All right. These next two gonna be up to Eli because
All right, this is my wheelhouse.
I don't know much about
All right.
hockey.
You're on a 10-minute span for these two. So
All right,
I already get the update from his Snapchat story. So
so right now
1,000 assists.
this is the Eastern Conference race for the wild card. As you can see, New York Rangers up to Tampa Bay Lightning have clinched. Their season ends, I think, Thursday, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, you're gonna have that one on your own.
Yeah, I think it's Thursday, if I'm not mistaken.
I can sit here and research whatever you need.
How many are going to make it from the Eastern?
So 8 teams from each conference make it.
So there's 6.
Right now, there are 2 spots left.
What about them Penguins?
Hold on. Right now, they're in the playoffs. This is actually outdated. This is as of yesterday.
So this is be last night. So
Last
night they won.
Yes, last night they won, and right now, the Red Wings Flyers and Capitals are all sitting at 85 points. The Penguins are sitting at 86. Islanders are at 89. So right now,
Islanders are okay.
so right now, Islanders and Penguins have the last two spots. Right now, yes, it ends next week. Playoffs start the 20th, that Saturday.
So you're going to have to play the Rangers.
Yeah, we're gonna get grounded in 5. Don't get me
Alright,
wrong.
Okay, that's what I'm going to say. You're going to get.
So they're gonna make the playoffs.
So you're telling me Columbus is out?
Yes. Devils downward are all eliminated.
And your Penguins have a chance.
Yes.
How many more games are left?
There are 82 games, so you can see the games played in the very far left.
They got 3 games left.
3 games.
They're games. They're games. But you can make an argument for
Hockey
matches. But right now, there are only 2 spots left, and it's the Metropolitan 3rd spot, which only the Flyers, Capitals, Penguins, and Islanders can get. The Red Wings have to get that second wild card spot. Because the way it works is 3 teams from each division make the playoffs, and then 2 wild card teams. Right now, Tampa's holding on to that first wild card spot. So right now, it's a 5-way battle for that 5th spot. It looks like the Islanders are going to get into that 3rd Metropolitan spot, leaving just the Flyers, Red Wings, Penguins, and Capitals out.
You're calling Islanders in the 7th seed and Penguins in the 8th seed?
No, I'm calling Islanders as the 3rd Metropolitan spot, because the way it works is it's not seeding. It's not seeding. The way it works is the division winners play the wild card teams, and then whoever placed 2 and 3 in the division face each other in the first round. That's how it works.
All right, so the Penguins are in. That's all that matters.
Right now, as of right now, the Penguins are in.
And they have.
Because
and
Sidney
they have-
Crosby is the greatest hockey player I have ever had the pleasure to watch.
So
He just got his 1,000th assist last night on the overtime winner against the Red Wings.
hockey assist. So a hockey assist is a pass, shoot.
Yes. Yeah, so it's the last 2 players to touch the puck and then the goal scorer.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Yeah, hockey assist. I know that.
Gotcha.
But all right, I can't talk much hockey, but
All right. So
Well, hey, your team is coming up here in the Western Conference.
I know I'm a Kings guy.
I got
so.
one question. So how does the point system work? Like,
So
Overtime.
the way it works, you get 2 points for a win, no matter how it comes. You get no points if you lose in regulation. And then you get 1 point if you lose in overtime or the shootout. The shootout is basically
5 shots, ain't it?
Yeah, well, it can go more than that. It's 3 shots.
3 shots.
Okay.
But
But it can go more than that if it's still tied.
so they
It's
want-
just the way
so
the
they
NHL does it
so
to
the-
prevent
so-
ties.
NHL is saying they want games to go into overtime
I guess.
because you're getting points.
because both teams.
Because both
At the
teams
end
get
of the
you
day,
both teams get points if you go into overtime, but
There
if
is
you don't
one
go into overtime, just the winner gets 2 points and it's over.
yes. The winner gets 2 points. The loser, if
Gets
you go
none.
into overtime, gets 1.
So
Okay.
the winner, if they go into overtime, do they still get 2? Or they
Yes, they get 2.
Okay.
But there is a tiebreaker where if you win in the shootout, it doesn't count towards your
Okay.
regulation and overtime win.
Question. So say the Rangers and the Hurricanes both end at 112 points at the end of the season.
Mhm.
How do they break the number 1 tie? How do they break
If
that
they
tie?
both end at 112, it's just based off of
like
there are different
strength of-
tiebreakers.
like strength of schedule and stuff?
No, I think it goes based off of wins, how many head-to-head matches you've won,
Okay.
things like that.
Okay.
I can't
Panthers
tell you the
versus
exact
Oilers.
tiebreakers.
To the center.
Panther is not a bad choice. If Bobrovsky gets hot like he did last year, I could definitely see it. And then the Oilers, you can never bet against them because they have Connor McJesus and Leon Draisaitl.
Jesus, that's a great name. That is a,
No, that's not his actual
Great
name. That's
name.
just what I call him.
if his name is Mick Jesus,
It's McDavid.
well if
It's
he is
McDavid, but I call him McJesus because he is the best player in the world.
if he is Mick Jesus, I
would
like
have been great.
he's like
That would have been a
he
terrific
would
name.
float.
but alas.
He could walk on. Yes.
I call him Connor McJesus because that's what he is. And then Avalanche is also not a bad pick. So good job, Roberto.
All right. Well, let's
This side.
we go
yeah,
to Western.
yeah, we'll go to the West.
You might crack and have a chance.
No, they're eliminated.
That's Roberts. You're cracking or screwed.
Yeah. Last night, Kings clinched. I could see them doing something. Yep. I know Malachi here is very happy about that.
Bringing Wayne Gretzky out of retirement.
Yes, please bring Wayne Gretzky.
And his 63-year-old self, yeah,
I
that'll
mean, he could still kick butt in the.
maybe.
It'd be good for a goal or two.
I don't know if he's 63.
He
He might
is-
be. He might be older than
He
that.
is the goat of hockey.
He is. Yes.
Okay. I was
Yeah,
about to
and
ask-
it's not even close.
okay.
He's the
Who
only
would be
player-
next? Who would be next?
If you ask me, it's Sidney Crosby.
Okay.
You're saying
Robert.
No.
Roberts.
No.
Give us an
no.
unbiased. Give us an unbiased.
Mario Lemieux.
That's your guy.
Second. Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, last night Kings clinched. So there's only one spot left, and it can only go to either the St. Louis Blues or the Vegas Golden Knights.
Golden Knights. Their logo's sick.
They also won the Stanley Cup last year, so I just don't see. I just
Okay,
don't
so
see
is
how-
is there
they
like a
have a game
Stanley
in
Cup
hand.
curse? Is there a Stanley Cup curse?
There's a cup tax, which is free agency,
Yeah.
where all the players want to get paid. But I mean, there
Hey.
isn't really a ton to talk about here in the West.
I'll say the Predators are dogs.
The Predators are one of the hottest teams in the league, maybe only behind the Penguins right now.
That's a little biased.
No, it's not. They 2 months ago they were a bottom 8 team in the league, and now they're in a playoff spot.
Well, I mean, a blind penguin finds a fish every once in a while.
Well, it's mainly because Sidney Crosby is the greatest player, and Alex Nedeljkovic has been very serviceable in the net.
Well,
All right.
currently the Blackhawks are sitting
Talk
at
about Connor
43 and 50.
He's been doing what I think a lot of people expected him to do this year.
Doing well.
Yeah, he's doing quite well. He just doesn't have a team around him.
So is the
He did get hurt for a bit. I think he missed like 8 games due to his collarbone. I think it was either his collarbone or like his shoulder blade or something, but he missed a bit of time there. He very well might still win the Calder Trophy, but tough to say at this point. But yeah, Vegas should get this last wild card spot, and then playoffs start Saturday. I'm gonna go with the Stars and the Hurricanes. That's what I've gone with all year. Stars beat the Canes in 5.
Alrighty.
all right?
I'm gonna have to start watching hockey a little more.
Playoff hockey is the best. It's so good.
All right. Looking at the NL.
NL and the MLB.
I
Any-
can talk a little bit about this.
Any immediate takes?
Did y'all see the Shohei Ohtani news?
Yes, with the embezzling and whatnot.
Yeah,
I
with
didn't see
the
that.
his old interpreter stole 16 million from him.
Mm-hmm. Something like that.
It was 16 million.
Was it 16?
Yeah, it was 16 million on gambling debts.
Mm-hmm.
So, my question is, how do you don't know 16 million's not gone?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, even if you're not the one handling the
I
money,
mean, to be
somebody's handling
fair,
that
I
money.
mean,
It's
they
not
know if you
like-
take big purchases.
Exactly.
Didn't he
you
sign
get
like a
alerts.
$700 million deal or something
Yeah,
this
but-
past offseason? I don't
mean-
think losing 16 million is really gonna hurt you.
No, it's not. But the thing
That's
is,
still gonna give you a
how do you
heads
not
up? Like, hey,
like
you got
oh,
16 million gone.
yeah, like what are you gonna know? Like, oh crap, 16 million's gone. Like, what did I spend 16 million dollars on? You just don't go spend 16 million every day.
Exactly.
Right.
Like, I'm not just gonna go spend 16 million on a steakhouse. Yeah, like, he might. I mean, if you do that, must be the best steak of your life.
I'm telling you.
But I'm saying you just don't go spend 16 million on something
Right.
stupid. I mean, he might buy a $16 million bat or something
Car or
like a
something.
car or something like that. But like
The
you
the
know,
bank still
you
has to
know,
verify.
you know the purchase. If you're gonna have 16 million going,
Yeah.
you know what you're gonna spend your 16 million on.
But the Dodgers, unsurprisingly, are
Are the top of the West.
yeah, which I don't think anyone's super surprised about. I'm surprised the Diamondbacks have been kind of struggling to start the year, but early season struggles, it's not uncommon. So we'll see if they can get things going. They have a very talented team. I love their pitching staff. Their hitting has been inconsistent this year, and I guess the pitching has too, but again, early season struggles.
Yep. I'd say the same with Cincinnati. I mean, that's the most baseball that I've watched so far, just Cincinnati. And
They gotta get their heads out of their hind ends.
they're struggling. They're
because-
struggling to hit the ball.
They're so stupid.
Well, here's the
they
thing
got,
with Cincinnati.
They
when-
got 3 guys suspended because they're stupid.
Well, look, when the Reds pitching is on top of its game, their hitting isn't there. And when they're hitting, their pitching isn't there.
Yep.
And so they're deservedly so a 500 team right now.
And you can't have guys suspended and like Marte or whatever his name is.
Mm-hmm.
He suspended like,
Starling Marte,
yeah,
is that his name?
No, it's no.
Novelli.
Novelli.
Novelli Marte.
Yeah, Novelli, and I mean he was playing great, and then does something stupid and gets a 4-game suspension.
I think Hunter Green, I think he's had his moments throughout his career, but he just hasn't been able to
He just got to
do that on a
he's got to
consistent
throw more.
basis.
He's got to throw more strikeouts than home runs, and we'll be all right.
Yep. Ellie De La Cruz, he's still making
He's
making
still-
records.
Well, our middle infield is fine.
Yep.
India,
Y'all-
Cruz,
they're pretty stacked.
our middle of the
It-
field is fine.
Didn't India get hurt?
Parsi,
And we
whatever.
got to find a catcher. We got to find a catcher that can play. Our catchers cannot play at all.
What's wrong with Tucker Barnhart? Is he
He's,
still there?
not there. He's with the Tigers.
Oh,
we
that's
got
right.
Stevenson back there, but he's not playing any good.
No.
We got to find a guy. So that's the biggest upgrade for us right now would be it's always in bullpen, but it's bullpen and a catcher. That's my take.
Biggest needs.
Biggest needs right there.
Your Pirates off to a hot start.
They lost last night 5-1 to the Phillies, so that makes sense.
Hey, guess what? We beat the
But-
Phillies twice.
But I mean, look, you remember the Pirates started 20-8 last year,
Fizzled out.
and then they
They
fizzled
did.
out really
And they
hard.
finished like 50 wins or something. Or what was their final last
I think
year?
they finished 76 or 76 wins, so not even 500,
Yeah.
which does not shock me in the slightest. I hate the Pirates. It's a love-hate relationship. But the Pirates, their bullpen has been great, except Bednar. We don't talk about David Bednar right now. He's really struggling, and that's a shame. Mitch Keller has had a slow start, but he pitched well in his last outing. O'Neal Cruz having a hot start. Connor Joe having a really hot start. Brian Reynolds doing well. Key Brian Hayes getting the bat going. I mean, just in general, like the hitters are doing well, except for a few guys. Sawinski hasn't really gotten it going. Henry Davis, former first overall pick, hasn't gotten it going. But I'm looking forward to Paul Skeens, seeing what he can do at the major league level. He's playing in AAA right now. We'll see. I'd say probably sometime before the All-Star break.
Talk about the All-Star break. We're only 12 games in the
That's
season.
what I'm saying.
We're waiting on 85 more.
Meanwhile, Roberto's Braves, I think didn't they get shellacked yesterday by the Mets, like 16-3? It was
Maybe
really
it might
bad.
have. I don't know.
It was
Yeah,
really
I
bad
didn't-
yesterday.
I just
check with
like-
him.
I'd
So,
like to see some of the lower end teams get going. I want to see a competitive NL.
Yep.
Pirates are better than the Braves. Just gotta throw that out there. Gotta throw a jab at Roberto somehow.
Yeah, I'll let you throw that one, but that's not even close. The Braves are the second best team in the NL, behind the Dodgers.
Yep.
The Dodgers are the favorite to win the World Series. What do they call the trophy for?
I genuinely have no idea.
We threw a second base.
Yeah, I knew that game got really ugly and
Y'all-
really fast.
Hey, if I was a second baseman pitching, they don't want the smoke. I'm telling you. I would strike out anyone in the MLB.
He'd pull a no hitter.
Perfect game.
No, I would walk the last guy intentionally so I didn't throw a perfect game. I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. More World Series championships than the Pirates. Okay.
I mean, look,
thanks, Captain Obvious.
I mean, that's not really saying a lot because the Pirates have been a shipwreck for the
Historically-
past 44 years.
Historically,
So congratulations, you win your pity trophy.
and the Braves are the favorite to win the World Series. Okay.
They're the favorites every year, and they fail.
Yeah, I mean, I mean,
So nice try, Roberto.
the
And plus, do we need to
favorites-
start talking about Spencer Strider again and your pitching rotation? Because that's not looking so good right now. I don't know if you've noticed.
Oh no. Shots fired. All right, we're going on
Better
here.
move on before it gets
To the
too-
We're
AL.
going to the American League. Yankees. Go Yankees. Rangers, Mariners,
I hate
Cleveland-
the Yankees.
the Guardians, the Indians.
Something. Whatever their name is.
Whatever they want to be called this year. But
Cleveland's.
the Cleveland
Cleveland's, yep.
Cleveland's.
The Kansas City Royals off to a surprisingly hot start. I don't think many people expected that, but
the Las Vegas Athletics.
soon to be.
So
I think
2
after,
years. And
after this year, I think they'll be in
Uh,
Sacramento. If I'm not
yeah,
mistaken.
yeah. Then they wait 2 more years, and then their stadium or whatever.
Something like that.
It's a long process for no reason.
Yeah. Well, it's just like it's the owner in the city of Las Vegas.
There's probably more paperwork and all the other business.
But haven't they
behind
been talking about moving for 2 years before now?
Oh, it's been an ongoing topic
Yeah.
for like 20 years, I swear.
It feels like it. But I feel like they always talk about moving, and then they just haven't.
it? Yep.
Um,
The only thing I really have on here, I remember 2 days ago, I think, is the Orioles brought up the
Yep, Jackson Holiday.
Yep.
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. I don't really know how he did in his first series against the Red Sox.
I don't think he did. I mean,
I don't think he did
all right,
amazingly.
but
Colton Cowser, on the other hand, he did have a great series. I think he had a total of 10 RBIs in that series against the Red Sox. But Red Sox pitching has been very good this year, hence their 7-5 record. Yankees 10-3, and that's even without Garrett Cole, so that's scary. Wait until he gets back in that lineup. I think the Royals are going to be like the Pirates, and they're eventually going to fall off. Cleveland Guardians, off to another hot start. Their pitching is good, but I think not having Shane Bieber is really going to hurt them in the long run. Texas Rangers have been, of course, the reigning World Series champions, so they're off to a decent start.
Yep.
But we can't go throughout the entire MLB without talking what is up with the pitcher injuries. Is it the pitch clock?
No.
I mean, it's because every pitcher is blowing out their elbows.
No, they need to make the game faster. You can't sit and watch baseball for 5 hours and enjoy it. But I don't think they don't gotta worry about. I mean, after you throw for so long, your elbow's gonna blow out.
Sure. Especially
that's-
when you're consistently
and
throwing
those
it
guys-
90 plus.
The
for
game,
20 years.
the season's way too long anyway.
Mm-hmm.
They need to cut the season down at least 55 to 60 games. They're playing like 180 something, and it is
162.
162, and it is ridiculous. They need to cut the games down almost. They don't need to play teams 4 times. They can play them twice. Like they can cut the season half of what it is, and that would solve most of your injuries problems, because you think a pitcher's throwing, say they throw 5,000 pitches in a season.
Look,
They're cutting that down. And
I'll say this. Obviously, baseball is not, as physical as, say, something like hockey or football.
yeah,
But you're still, like,
wear and tear on your body.
you're still using your arm a lot. And, like, pitchers in particular,
It's a lot of
constantly,
stress.
yeah, it's a lot of stress on the arm and the elbow. I mean, it just starts to wear down on you after a while, hence all the injuries and the surgeries on the UCL.
Yeah, I think if it keeps getting how it is, I mean, they're gonna have to go back after the season, look at it, and make some type of decision and do something with it. All right. our last topic is we're gonna look at the NFL draft.
Any hot takes?
Oh, NFL draft.
I seen one thing.
I see one thing too, Colby, but I won't step in front of you, but real quick. Number 1 pick there, Carolina of the Bears. The Bears are just tanking for Williams now. But I think that's so dumb. He's not the best player in the draft. I mean, Marvin Harrison Jr. is the best player in the draft. Without a doubt. The best player in
He's
the draft.
going to slip to 4, maybe 3.
And he's going to go down there. I mean, Harbaugh might get him down here at 5. But
Well, the Cardinals need a wide receiver.
the Cardinals do need a wide receiver. They need
Maybe they go Malik Neighbors at that spot, but I don't know why you drafted
you got
over Harrison.
you got Jaden McDaniels too. There's so many good.
Yep.
This is not a quarterback draft.
And I think the Bears are very dumb. Did you see what they declined? Washington offered their second round pick
Yes.
for their first and also a next year first round and second round pick to the Bears, and the Bears said no.
Yeah, but they're stupid. I mean, isn't this
Because every few years, the NFL has to hype up this draft prospect and act like he's the next Patrick Mahomes.
so? It's Caleb Williams.
And it's Caleb Williams
Yeah,
this year.
yeah.
Yep.
I think there's better quarterbacks in the draft than Caleb Williams, in my opinion. I mean,
Who would you take over him?
I'd almost take Jaden Daniels. I mean,
Heisman
over
winner?
who?
Former Heisman winner, sure.
I'm not a big fan of Caleb Williams, but that's just my personal.
I think here's my hot take. Vikings trade up with the Chargers, give up one, if not both, their first round picks to draft a quarterback. Which quarterback that's going to be? I don't know. Maybe they even trade up with the Cardinals. Heck, maybe Justin Jefferson gets dealt, but I doubt it. But that's my hot take.
Yeah, I think Justin Jefferson's still gonna stick around.
I think he'll be in.
I feel like he would
Minnesota next
I
year.
feel like he would already been gone if he was going to get traded.
Because the Vikings know they can get an absolute haul and a half for him.
Yeah, but
But the Vikings right now need a quarterback. You can't go into the season with Sam Darnold as your starter, especially since, the Packers and the Lions are both really young teams, and they're only going to get better.
what are y'all talking about? Sorry, I was
Vikings.
Vikings.
The Vikings and
Where are they
But-
even
and
at?
Potential trading
23 and 11.
potential trading both those for a higher fourth or
For,
fifth or
like,
something.
Okay, I mean, I think your best. I mean, they need a quarterback, don't they?
yes,
Sure,
Sam Darnold is their
Sam
starting
Darnold's a starter,
And I said you can't go into him because the Packers and the Lions are both really young teams, and they're only going to get better.
I mean,
So you
yeah,
can't-
Jordan Love's a dog,
You can't waste a season with Sam Darnold.
and
yeah,
the
we've seen what he can
and Dan Campbell can coach, so it don't matter who he has at quarterback, he's going to be able to coach.
Yep.
And I mean, at 11, you could still probably get somebody okay, somebody better than Darnold, because Darnold is the bottom of the barrel. Like they're digging Brown out of the bottom of the barrel for Sam Darnold.
I was going to mention
Yeah,
Penix
yeah,
would
but-
still be there at probably 23, honestly.
Yeah, but those are the only 3 quarterbacks that are worth, I think.
Here's the
Penix
thing.
is good, but
think
I don't.
he's decent. I mean-
I don't know if he's NFL worthy because you have a
Here's-
ton of these quarterbacks that aren't NFL
Here's
worthy.
the thing. I'll say this. Quarterback, it being the most valuable position in the league, it tends to get overvalued at the
Yes.
same time.
Yes.
Like, you look at a few years ago, take
This
Kenny
one
Pickett,
last
for
time.
example.
Okay.
Yeah, take Kenny Pickett, for example. I didn't think he should have been drafted in the first round, yet he was drafted at 20 because the Steelers were in desperate need of a quarterback.
I
And
mean, what do you think though? If they don't trade, do you think they wait all the way till they get back to 23 to pick a quarterback, or do you think they just go ahead and pick it at 11?
well,
and
all
then
the top quarterbacks would be gone by then.
That's what I'm saying. They're all gone. So then, do you think
I've
you got to
seen
look who's under them? So you got
I think it depends.
Broncos need somebody.
Broncos need a quarterback. Raiders could probably use a quarterback.
Saints
Saints, I doubt it.
They're not gonna pick a quarterback.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Now they just picked a quarterback. The Colts did.
Hear
They
me
got
out.
Geno.
And they
Hear me
got- and
out.
They got Anthony Richardson.
What if the Jets were to pick a quarterback? And the reason they do that is
Just
because Aaron
because-
Rodgers is, I think, what, 42?
42, but
Yeah, 42. So why not get a first rounder to sit under him?
He can still play.
He can.
they got
but
Zach, they got
they've
Zach
got
Wilson.
2 years. They've got
Zach
2
Wilson can learn under because they play that same kind of game.
They tried that last year. That didn't work
Zach
out.
Wilson plays that same kind of game though. Throw it long, and he doesn't really use his legs as
Sure,
much.
but we've seen Zach Wilson
Yep.
many times, and it has yet to work out even once.
Yep.
But
I think the Bengals, they don't need a quarterback. The Jaguars don't need a quarterback. The Rams.
Rams
Matt
don't need one.
Stafford-
Yep, Stafford's still there. Steelers likely.
I mean, if they need a quarterback, I mean,
They got Russell.
they need a head
Speed.
coach. The Dolphins, 2 of 2 gloves.
Yep.
And then you're back to the Eagles, and they don't.
They
need a
have Kenny
quarterback.
Pickett. They don't need a quarterback.
Yeah, they got Kenny Pick 6. I mean, they don't need nobody. So you're looking maybe 2 quarterbacks are gone after
The top 3.
the top 3. You got 2 quarterbacks are gone until you get back to the.
What are the
23rd.
odds that the Raiders try and trade ahead of the Broncos in that case?
Just one spot.
Sure, why not?
If the Raiders are
You
going
can
to make
an
a,
argument.
if the Raiders are going to make the move, need
Unless
to
they
make the
really
move
believe
down
in
here.
Aiden O'Connell.
Do you think the
Fuck, they
Bears
got
try to
like
trade their
8.
9th? Do you think the
They're going after everything points to them going after Rome Tuesday from Washington.
okay?
Hmm.
From what I've seen, it looks like Caleb Williams is the 1, Daniels or Mayo at 2, and then Daniels or Mayo at 3. And then we'll kind of see how they go. 4, the Cardinals, Marvin Harrison.
They have to trade. They have to try to trade that pick.
I mean, they're riding the Kyler Murray train till it dies. This might not be too much longer.
Yep.
I mean, he did just
What do
sign
you
that
do?
long extension.
What do you do? He hurt himself last year too. He was out.
He was out.
He was out for like half the season.
He came back, and I mean, he did decent to be out. The first half of the season, be behind. I mean, he came back and he had a decent season, I'd say.
12, 13, they all do.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. 11, 12. So
Maybe quarterback left on the board. I think even if Penix is still around.
you got to try to make a move and go 11 and 23. Take them both and try to just go up here and get the best pick. So see if you can trade both of these and go for a pick up here in 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Yep.
Potentially.
I mean, 1 pick to get your guy is better than 2 picks and not get him.
True.
So, I don't know. That's it of our show. That concludes the Colby Young show of the day.
Yep. So with that,
Potentially see you next week.
yep.
Yep,
Potential-
for sure.
We can come up with some other stuff. Maybe talk more playoffs for hockey and stuff. as
Maybe.
it's happening.
We'll have games up.
Maybe some NBA.
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 They got 2 games left in the regular season, so we'll be able to look at the play-in tournament and stuff.
All right.
All right, yee live action.
See y'all.
See y'all.